Hello and welcome back to Career Mode. Today we are at the Australian Grand Prix for our debut race in F1, and we will be driving for the Racing Point F1 team. And without further ado, let's get into the start of the video. And so on to the end of our first flying lap here, and we've locked up a bit going into the penultimate corner, and it has been a bit of a scruffy lap, and we're going to go across to the line now here. And where is this lap going to put us? And it puts us just behind our teammate here in this session, and in the end it is enough to put us through into the next part of qualifying, and we lose the two Williams cars along with Albon, Norris and Giovinazzi. But now on to our first lap of Q2 here, locking up again going into the penultimate corner, and it's been a bit of a better lap here in this Q2 session as we open the DRS now to go onto the line. Where will this lap put us here? And it puts us ahead of Devin Butler but behind Max Verstappen, and it's actually around 0.8 of a second faster than our Q1 time, and it puts us into Q3 here. But unfortunately our teammate has just about missed out on reaching Q3, and now we go on to our first lap of this session. We've actually increased the AI for this session by a couple of notches as we get more used to the car on this new game. But now we come across the line for the first time in this session, and it's the slowest time so far in the session, but it's a couple of tenths slower than our Q2 time, so we know that we are able to go a bit quicker here. And now we go 4 minutes left into the session, and we can see that we're in P10, but we're not too far off the guys ahead, so hopefully we can put in a better lap in our second run and hopefully get away from P10 and into some higher positions here. And now on to our final lap of this qualifying session as the checkered flag comes out now, and so it's just on to the line here and opening the DRS as well. And where is this lap going to put us here? We've been green in the first sector but red in the second, and it's P10, and it's only by 1,000th of a second to Lucas Weber there.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Gasly, Butler, Ricciardo, Weber and the Rainmaster, Perez, Raikkonen, Nico Hülkenberg and Grosjean, Kvyat, Russell, Alexander Albon and Lando Norris. Kubica and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid, and with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
And so it's on to 5 red lights, and it is away we go for the start of our career in F1 here. And Sergio Perez has had a good start here, and he's able to get ahead of us here, but George Russell, he's absolutely dive-bombed us from so far back there, and we are now going to have to try to get back past him here into the turn 3 here, and we go up the inside of him there and take the position back there and squeeze him out a wee bit as well there. But now it's on later onto the lap. Perez is looking to try to overtake Daniel Ricciardo here, and is that going to allow us to try and overtake our teammate Sergio Perez here? And we do get past him here, and now it's up into P10 back to our starting position for us. But now it's on to the next lap here, and now it's our teammate. He's trying to come back at us here on the inside of turn 1 here, and now we are side by side with our teammate here, our first battle, and it's in the first race as well. And now he's going to try and come up our inside into turn 3 here, and now it's side by side again here with our teammate. And can we hold the position for the moment? Yes we can, and that is some decent defending from us there from our teammate. But now we go on to the end of lap 3 here, and we're going to go up the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, and a bit of a lock up there to avoid hitting the back of Lucas Weber in his McLaren there. And is Daniel Ricciardo going to come back along the main straight here? He'll have the DRS as well as us here, and we're going to have to try and defend into turn 1 here as Ricciardo goes up our inside, but we're able to keep the position for the moment. But he's going to come back at us again here into turn 3, and is he going to go to the inside? And yes he does, and we're going to have to leave him the space there, but we are able to defend from him. And now it's Sergio Perez and on to the next lap, and he is now looking at trying to overtake Daniel Ricciardo into turn 3, and he's going to go around the outside of him, and that is a pretty good move from our teammate there on Daniel Ricciardo, and that will give him P10 in this race. Meanwhile, on to the next lap here, and we're going out the inside of Lucas Weber here, our old teammate from F2, as we try and hold it around the outside of turn 4, and we're still side by side going into turn 5 here, and eventually we get the position from the McLaren man there, and that is up into P8 now for us in this race. But now it's Sergio Perez again, and just a couple of corners later he's going to try and look to overtake Lucas Weber here up into turn 9 here, and can he make the move stick? He's not quite completed it yet, as they are still side by side here, but it looks like he has got the move done now, and that is Sergio Perez. Another overtake for him, but now it's on to lap 7 here, and it's Devin Butler and Lewis Hamilton side by side as our teammate tries to come back at us again into turn 3, and it's now side by side between both of us there, and now we try and look to see if we can pick up any pieces from Hamilton and Butler as they go side by side, and we're going to make it 3 wide, and we go on to the grass as well, and it's now 3 wide into this right hander here, and who's going to yield first? Looks like Hamilton's done that, and we eventually complete the move on Devin Butler there, and we are now up into P4 in this race, and let's take a look at a replay of that. So it is side by side with Butler and Hamilton, and has Hamilton maybe got a problem or wing damage? Not too sure, but he's definitely holding up a wee bit of a train there, as then we go 3 wide, and there's a bit of a queue starting to form behind as well, and then Hamilton backs out first, and then is side by side still with us, and then we make the move stick. But now it's on to lap 8, and we're now under pressure again from Devin Butler here, as he is going to go around the outside of us into turn 2 there, but can we come back at him into turn 3? However, that might not happen, as we've got Sergio Perez to try and defend from as well, as he tries to go around the outside, and it turns to the inside for him for turn 4, but we can still hold it on the inside in turn 5, and that is some decent defending there again from our teammate here. And now it's on later on to the lap. We've now caught up to the back of Devin Butler once again, and we're going to go to the inside of him into this right hander here. Can we make it stick now? And yes, we can, and up to P2 in this race, as now we come into the pits on lap 11, which gives our teammate the lead of the race, as the leaders have all on 2 stops I believe, and now it's on to lap 15. We've got Sergio Perez coming up our inside here, and we're going to have to try and defend again here from our Mexican teammate here, but it looks like he's got the position for the moment, unless we can come back at him. No, we can't, and so it's now on to lap 16 now, and it's side by side between Hulkenberg and Perez there, as Hulkenberg loses out, and that gives us the opportunity to go up the inside of him into turn 3 here, and it's a bit of a lock up from Nico Hulkenberg there, but we make the move stick, and now it is Sebastian Vettel, and he's behind his teammate, but he's going up the inside of him into the right hander, and that could be a crucial move for Sebastian Vettel on his teammate for this race, and a very good move from him. But now it's on to lap 19, and we have got Vettel to deal with now, as he goes up our inside and he takes the place away from us here, and not much we could have done about the pace of the Ferrari there. But now we've got the other Ferrari of Charles Leclerc going up our inside, and he takes the place away from us as well. And now it's Sebastian Vettel, he is on the back of our teammate Sergio Perez now, and this could be for the lead of the race for the German driver, and he makes it stick there, and it's a good move from him. But now it's on to lap 21, and we have Valtteri Bottas to contend with, as he makes an easy move on us there into the first corner. And now on to lap 23, we've now got Max Verstappen on us here, and up the inside he goes into the right hander, and he makes it stick as well. And now on to the end of the lap, we now have Lewis Hamilton on the back of us, as he tries to go up the inside of us into the first corner, and he makes it stick also. And that's us now down into P7 in this race. But now it is Valtteri Bottas, and he's making a move on Charles Leclerc into turn 1, and can he make it stick? It is side by side between the two drivers, and this is the battle for P2 in this race, and it looks like Valtteri Bottas makes it stick there, and now it's P3 for Charles Leclerc. But now it's on to the final lap of the race. We have Pierre Gasly on us, and he goes up the inside of us into the right hander there, and that puts us down into P8 in this race. But it is Sebastian Vettel who wins this Australian Grand Prix, and we're not able to make a lunge on Gasly into the penultimate corner, and that means we are going to come home for P8 in our first race in F1 for Racing Point.
Here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari.
So it is Sebastian Vettel who wins the Australian Grand Prix, followed by Valtteri Bottas and Charles Leclerc, with Sergio Perez getting P4 for Racing Point. So very good result for the team. And so if you have enjoyed the video, then do leave a like, share the video around, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos on F1 2019. So I will see you next time for another video, and goodbye.